students, welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm Aanchal Sharma, your educator. So we have been discussing a number of concepts, and today let us talk about this concept related to teaching aptitude. It is called as the Cognitive Apprenticeship Theory. So recently I saw 2 to 3 questions being asked from it. So we should discuss about it. Cognitive Apprenticeship Theory. Let us start the discussion about what is basically apprenticeship, and then we'll understand the theory and how it is impacting the cognitive skills of a person. What do you mean by cognitive skills? It is everything related to your mind. So traditionally, an apprentice is someone who learns a skill or trade under the guidance of a more knowledgeable or a more experienced person. So here you can take an example of Lev Zavorsky's theory of scaffolding or zone of proximal development, where he talks about MKO, more knowledgeable other. So when you are learning with the interaction of a more knowledgeable other, that is what? That is called as a scaffolding process or a zone of proximal development. Similarly, traditionally, we called apprenticeship as that setup where a person used to learn from a person who already knows that skill. So if you want to learn stitching and you're learning it from outside, it is an apprenticeship that you are doing. Cognitive apprenticeship theory emphasizes on 2 issues: the teaching process to handle the complex task and the cognitive process that involves the learning that is there. So what is there? There are 2 issues that we have in this theory. One, how nicely you can learn things, how nicely you can learn the complex task in your hand, and how the cognitive process is there involved in that learning. So you're learning things, but your mind is also expanding. It is the cognitive apprenticeship theory. A cognitive apprenticeship focuses on bringing internal thought process into open so they can be observed and learned by the students. So the cognitive apprenticeship focuses on a person who will interact with the other person who knows about that concept in detail, and this process will help them observe and make the learners learn these things. This is the theory that we will be discussing. So the cognitive apprenticeship theory emphasizes knowledge that can be applied in the real life settings. There are knowledge and then you apply it to real life settings. So when you are applying these knowledge, it becomes an apprenticeship. Similarly, the traditional apprenticeship is following the same approach. You learn from the things, from a more knowledgeable one, and then you apply it in the real life. Here, the teacher will teach you things and you will apply it in your real life. So this is the same theory. The theory is broken into 6 teaching methods that can be sorted into 3 groups. So there are 6 teaching methods. In 3 groups, they are sorted. Let us see what are these. We have modeling, coaching, and scaffolding that come from the traditional apprenticeship models and settings. What do you mean by modeling, coaching, and scaffolding? We'll be discussing further, but you should know that this is the first block that we have: modeling, coaching, scaffolding. Then we have articulation and reflection that allows the student to access and control their own problem solving strategies. So in the traditional apprenticeship model, first of all, you will learn things. There will be modeling given to you. What kind of things do you want to learn? Coaching, assistance would be provided to you, and scaffolding. Scaffolding is same as the zone of proximal development, MKO. You are learning with a more knowledgeable one. You are interacting with the other person. Then there will be articulation of the things that are there. You will articulate things. The things will be provided to you. You will reflect on the things. This will allow the students to access control. And problem solving strategies are here dealt. Then the last is the exploration that encourages the autonomy in both problem solving and problem formulation. This means you will apply it to your life. You will apply the problems to your life. And if they ask you, and this was the question that was asked in the paper also, the sequence of using cognitive apprenticeship model in classroom is what? The answer is already hidden in this thing that we discussed. First of all, modeling is done. Then coaching is done, then scaffolding, then articulation is done, then reflection, and then the last is the exploration. What is exploration? It is the same as creating something new. Creating something new out of the things you already know. Applying it to real life. So what is the right answer? Read the options you have. Modeling, coaching, scaffolding, articulation, reflection, and exploration. coaching, mentoring, assimilation, socialization, retention and effect, identification, memorization, coaching, socialization, assimilation and adaptation, exploration, then we have the memorization, retention, visualization and implication. So what would be the right answer? We have just now discussed that A would be the right answer. You model, then you coach, then there is scaffolding, then there is articulation, reflection and exploration. Exploration is like creating something new out of it. So it is very much same as Bloom's taxonomy. Some people also related to that. Let us study about the concepts one by one now. So I told you modeling is done. The first step is modeling. So the mentor demonstrates through the various things that they have. They will demonstrate the things. They will reveal the things slowly and steadily. Then coaching or mentoring is done. Then scaffolding, the support is given. Then articulation, reflection on the things and verbalizing. These are the things that are involved here. Reflection is self-assessment on the performance that they have done. And at the end, there is exploration. That is, the topic is seen, you go one step further. You explore things. You create something new. Let us talk about it one by one. Modeling. In this stage, the teacher or the expert demonstrate the particular concept or a skill to the learner. I want my learners to improve in their vocabulary. So what will happen? I will give them the task. I will demonstrate what to do. I will tell them what they need to do. Take an easy example. Maybe I want to teach the students to drive a car. So what is it? Here you are modeling the students. Expert demonstration of a particular skill of how to drive a car is given to them. This is a concept that the learners would learn. This could be through lectures, videos, live demonstrations. Anything is done here. It should be clear and very concrete. Proper examples are given and the learner should be able to understand what they have to do. Then comes the coaching stage. After the modeling stage, the teacher provides individualized support and guidance to the learner. Now, she would assess who is good at it, who is not. Individualized percentages of efforts would be seen here. This could be through one-to-one coaching centers, coaching sessions or feedbacks or assignments or tasks. Maybe I can ask one person to drive a car and just observe कि उसे कितना आता है. So this can be the second step where I am here now personalizing the instruction that I'm giving to them. The purpose of this stage is to help the learner observe their own skill and their own understanding. I have modeled them. Now I will assess them. Then comes the scaffolding. In this stage, the teacher provides structured support to the learner to help them gradually build the skill. So in the previous stage, I realized that this person knows how to drive the car but does not know how to park it. That's a stage where they are not good at. So I will structurally improve that stage with them. This is scaffolding. This could be through breaking down of the task into smaller chunks or units, so that I can provide prompts or cues or guidance to those people. Pura ek saath sikhana can be a difficult thing. I can break the things into proper parts so that they can understand. The purpose of this stage is to help the learner develop their skills and understand in a very supportive manner, in a structured way. I am teaching them. Then comes articulation, a stage where again you will be needing the learner to, you will be encouraging the learner a lot. So in this stage, the learner is encouraged to explain their thinking and reasoning. This could be through group discussions, presentations, written reflections, etc. The purpose of this stage is to help the learner develop their ability to articulate their thinking and reasoning. Now, I told that child to drive and park the car like this. Maybe there are few things that are going on in the mind of the child. So I need to understand where the person is coming from. I need to ask the child, is this correct? Are you able to understand things? I will ask him to demonstrate, to ask questions. Is there anything that is coming in your mind? That is articulation. The child will tell me, वो समझ आ गया है topic या नहीं आया है? वो चीज उनको करनी आ रही है या नहीं आ रही है? This is articulation. The thinking and the reasoning of the child is also very important. Then comes what? Reflection. So in this stage, the learner is encouraged to reflect on the learning experiences. Now the person can go around on his own to drive the car and will reflect. How much has he retained? Or all the things were or are the things clear to him, or is it still very difficult for him to park the car? This could be through self-assessment, it can be peer assessment, feedback from the teacher, anything can be here. So reflection, it's a reflective stage. The purpose of this stage is to help the learner develop their own ability to reflect on their learning. Then we have exploration. So in this stage, the learner is encouraged to apply their learning into new and unfamiliar context. So one day your mother asks you that I need to go to Nani house, you need to just take out the car and take me outside. And this is how you're going to apply your skill to the real life situations. Now comes the testing period. Now you are in the dirty waters. Now you will see that are you able to fully articulate the things? Are you able to perform the actions on your own or not? This could be through project-based learning. The teacher can do this through project-based learning, case studies, simulations, etc. The purpose of this stage is to help the learner develop their ability to apply the learning to the real life situations and develop their own expertise in the community of practice. This is the last stage that they have. It is an exploration stage. Let us quickly take an example again and see these things. So the first stage is modeling. So I'm teaching you, say, teaching aptitude. So the first is demonstrating my students what I will teach them. Then is coaching, knowing their previous knowledge, what to tell them, how to guide them. Then comes scaffolding with one-to-one interaction with about 3 to 5 classes. I will be dealing with in 3 to 5 classes. I will be dealing with certain topics. That is scaffolding. More knowledgeable other ke saath you are interacting. Then comes your which stage? After third comes the articulation stage. I will ask, are the things clear to you? Is there anything that is not clear? Then you will self-reflect. I'll give you assessments. You can reflect on the things on your own. And then comes the day of your paper when you will explore the things. So this is how an quick apprenticeship method can be used in the learning of the classroom also. So this is helping the child to learn cognitively, and it is a cognitive apprenticeship model. Now I have one question for you. So these are the stages of cognitive apprenticeship model. We have modeling, coaching, scaffolding, and articulation. And these are the meanings. These are the list. This is the list too. Helping learners in starting and gradually fading the support, observing the performance of an expert, giving words to their understanding of the process and the content, giving external support to the learners in the form of hints, feedbacks, and then the reminders. So what should be the stages and what should be the meaning of that given stage? There are strategies in the cognitive apprenticeship model, and this is the meaning. So what would be the right answer? These are the options given to you. The right answer would be C. C. A should be matched with 2. Modeling is giving words to their understanding in the process and content. So A is matched with 2. Observing the performance of an expert. Yeah, modeling is observing the performance of an expert. So A should be matched with 2. A should be matched with 2. B should be matched with 4. B with 4. Coaching is giving external support to the learners in the form of hints and feedbacks. Then comes scaffolding, that is C, that should be matched with 1. Helping the learners in starting and gradually fading the support, that is you are learning with the other person who knows something better than you. It is scaffolding. And last but not the least, D will be matched with 3. Articulation with giving words to their understanding of the process and the content. So this was also asked in your 2023 exam for your UGC-NET, and this is how the questions are asked now. A lot of interdisciplinary questions are asked and new models are being asked in the paper. So I'm sure you understood what was the concept of the apprenticeship learning theory or apprenticeship theory, cognitive apprenticeship theory. This model is something you have to learn and you're good to go. So the first step is modeling, coaching, scaffolding, articulation, reflection, and then last but not the least is exploration. Right? So I hope you understood. If you still have any doubts, you can ask me that in the comment section and I'll surely reply to you. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.